Okay guys, so before I start talking to you about what I want to talk about, I want to apologize if this video is rather quiet. It is very late and I do not want anyone to wake up because of my video. And I also want to give a big thanks to all of you who showed a lot of support to my first video. It was a really silly video and I didn't plan for it to go as well as it did. And I just wanted to thank you guys for that. And now we can begin with what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So in front of me are two SH figuarts. Now, a lot of you who collect SH figuarts like myself run the risk of going on eBay and buying a bootleg. And yes, a lot of bootlegs suffer terrible problems from paint application to loose joints and to some even the plastic that is used. But I wanted to make a video showing that the bootlegs aren't as bad as they could be, that with a few modifications and tweaks to them, they could be good figures. So I went on eBay looking for two SH figuart figures that I wanted to get, but I wasn't going to pay the ridiculous overprice of them. For instance, the Son Goku here on Amazon, which is where I go to buy my SH figuarts, cost $130, while on eBay for this bootleg I paid no more than $23. Same goes with the God Goku. And right off the bat, just looking at them, the paint applications aren't too terribly bad. Now, there are some areas like the collar and neck where the paint doesn't look good, but it's nothing that I can't fix. Same with my Goku. It has some paint right there, some paint missing right there, and the face is a little weird. It's not painted in the correct position, but from far away it doesn't really show. I guess the only thing that I really suffered from was the loose joints on them. And to show you this, this Goku here, I was really surprised to find out that doesn't really have many loose joints except for here, in these wobbly legs. It does stand, but it does have wobbly parts here, and this foot comes off very easily, and these pieces right here are just too wobbly. And for my Son Goku, sadly, it's just a mess. From loose arms, these arms are incredibly, they're bad. Same with the feet here, they're pretty loose, and the neck on him is really loose. And it was kind of hard to get him into the pose I had him in just now, and I'm not gonna mess around with it really quickly, so I'm just gonna lay him down and show you his shoulder piece here came out. That's funny. But I will show you that I can make this figure a bit better. And to show you what I'm talking about, here is my repainted Vegito Blue, and just showing off here that that's how stiff. You should hear a really fidget noise when you mess around with it. It should sound squeaky. Same with the head. Looking down, it's all very squeaky. So this Goku here definitely needs work, and some of his faces that are in this packaging, they are very poorly painted, especially around the eyes. Speaking of the packaging, just so that it is clear for how do you guys detect a bootleg, your bootleg will not have a Bandai sticker anywhere on the package. Again, I went looking for a bootleg, so it was very easy to find. I did, though, on eBay find a couple of real ones for like $50 to $60. So if you do not want to go through this process, I say just get those and get a real one. Or if you do get scammed, you can watch this video, and I will show you how to fix them. Okay, so I kind of had to pause the video there a bit just so that I could rebuild Goku here and have him look a bit better. So, the first thing I will be doing to these figures is I will be painting them. I will be touching up the parts that are missing there and fixing up that collar difference right there, because that looks really ugly. Some of his other faces have white missing on the eye, so I will be doing that. I will be painting the interior of that, making it look more like the pants. Same with these underfeet there. I will be painting that, matching that white. And I will try to make that, if I can focus, I will try to be painting that. I will make it first blue, and then I will paint the red line. Besides that, the skin tone on it isn't bad at all. It's really consistent. It does have some shading on it, if you can tell. Right around here, it has some shading, but the face and the neck with the arms are really consistent. It's just this collar piece that looks like it's the Super Saiyan 3 because it's really orange. But before I get onto that, to the whole painting, I will show you how to tighten up these joints first, because that's what I guess a lot of you really want. To do this, I will be taking a very easy method. I have right here some clear acrylic, or no, not acrylic, clear nail polish. There you go. This is the one I'm using. It is a top coat. Oops, he fell over. We'll just leave him there for a bit. So to tighten up the joints, you just want to apply this to the area that is loose, and in 2 minutes or more, it will dry up and it will make it stiffer. And I will show you that in a bit. Just give me a second and I'll apply it to one of his joints and I'll show you. Okay, so there is Goku without an arm. Just trying to show you that in here is where this little ball thing is just incredibly loose. So to do this, you want to take your clear acrylic, I keep saying that, the clear nail polish, and you just kind of want to just put it in there. Just kind of put it in between where the ball is and the outside of it, just like that. Just to really kind of get it in there and make it so that it's rubbing up against something, so it has more resistance. And just like so, we can also apply a bit inside and around, just to really leave it there. Just going to apply some up in this area. And yeah, so now we will give it, actually before I put that on, I will also go ahead to the ball joint here and just also very lightly layer the ball joint with some of this acrylic. And I will show you in a bit how that turns out. Okay, so I ended up leaving Son Goku to dry overnight, and I put multiple coats on him using the nail polish. And as you can see here, it will smell for a little bit, but the smell will go away. And just to show you though, as you can see, the joints are far tighter and they can hold a pose now. So yeah, that's good. They are tighter. So I'm gonna just go ahead and apply a coat here, his neck, and his feet. And once that's all done, I'll come back and show you how that looks. This is just a quick update before I continue the process of nail polishing everything. I'm just gonna show off what I'm doing. I'm going to put some nail polish in here and on this joint right here. And then I'm also going to be putting some in there. I'm going to put some here right on where that neck joint is, right up there. So I'm going to be putting some up there. And also I'm going to be using this glue, crazy glue, to glue this boot into the hole, just so that way it doesn't come out and the foot can remain stiffer. So yes, I'll come back to you and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay guys, so just to continue on with the video, I did apply the finished nail polish to the Son Goku body, and I applied it onto him around 4:05, and right now it's 8:35, 8:36 just now. So that gives you about, I'd say, 4 hours and 30 minutes to leave this to dry. You could wait less, it's just I had a few things to do, so I couldn't really come back to it. And since then, I have done multiple things. I have glued his boots on. I have applied the nail polish to all the joints except for the knees. And I even applied nail polish to this joint right here on the God Goku here. And just to show you how that turned out, as you can see, it isn't wobbly anymore. In fact, it's really stiff which is what we're going for, and it's not super stiff to the point where it doesn't move, but it's not super thin to the point where it's gonna wobble and not really hold him. But to better show that, here is the Goku. As you can see, shaking him won't really break it. If we try to lift up his arm, it does have a bit of access, but all that just chips off. So just quickly grab that one. But just to continue to show you off, as you can see, it is fairly tight now. Move it on the waist. You know, it's tight. Here on the legs, it's really tight and it holds its position. I also tightened up the foot here, so just to show you, that's also really tight. So again, it is now a lot tighter, and this part's opened up, that's why it's like that. But again, it is a very lot tighter now. It does hold its point. Any of these access pieces right there, if you have, let's say, any tweezers and all that, you could just very easily remove that. Give me a second to show you. And there we go. Okay, see, with tweezers, it does come out, and it does not affect the overall articulation on this guy. So let me quickly put him together to put on his pads here and his neck, and I will come back to you in a second. Okay, so returning to Son Goku, here he is fully rebuilt. I tightened up his neck joint, this arm joint, the inner ball in him. I tightened up his waist, this joint right here. I don't know what this one's called, but that ball in there. I didn't tighten up these knees because these knees are already nice and stiff. I tightened up these boots here, and I also glued them in. So just to show you, originally just shaking my Goku would just tear him apart. Now I can just with ease move around his joints and just adjust them, and he looks great. I will get him to a pose, and I will just show you that this method does work. I won't be painting him. I won't show that off in this video because I might just completely repaint it and give him the go symbol. Not really sure yet, but there's the pose I originally had him in, and you know, now I'm messing with him, shaking it, it doesn't break apart. It's a lot stiffer. And so there, I'll just leave him there. He's having a rather hard time standing because of his feet. Just leave him there. There we go. And same for God Goku here. His joints are very stiff except for these leg joints right here, but you know, I put at least 2 coats onto there, and now see, now that they're tight now. So that is really good. So again, now they will hold their poses better, and they aren't as flimsy of figures.